Hello, I'm Ronald. In the next videos coming up, I'll be showing you how to paint landscape paintings on a canvas. In other words, nature's masterpiece. Today, I thought we would start off smooth and do a nice little painting anyone could do. Now, we'll be using a 16 by 20 inch canvas, and the paints we use are oil paints, firm oil paints, starting with titanium white all the way to a bright red. I'll put the colors down on the screen right here, and let me run over the colors real quick. So the colors are titanium white, phthalo blue, Prussian blue, alizarin crimson, phthalo green, sap green, midnight black, lamp black, Van Dyke brown, dark sienna, cadmium yellow, yellow ochre, Indian, and bright red. Those are all the colors you need to paint along with us. Now, the oil paint I recommend you to use is Gamblin 1980 oil paint or the Bob Ross oil paint, because those paint are firm enough for this technique to work. Now, let me take a moment to talk about the brushes. The brushes we use are natural bristle brushes. These brushes are made from animal hair, and the brushes we'll be using is a 2-inch, a 1-inch, same thing as a 2-inch, just smaller, a number 6 fan brush, a number 3 fan brush, half an inch round brush, a filbert brush, a script liner brush. Now, those are all the brushes. Now let's go into our palette knives. Our palette knives are a number 10 palette knife and the number 5 palette knife. Those are all the basic materials you will need to paint along. Now, this technique is wet on wet, also known as alla prima. So you start with a wet surface and you layer upon layers upon layers. So let's get started. Let's dip our brush in a little bit of liquid white. Liquid white will make the canvas slick and wet and ready to go. You just need a thin layer of liquid white. So just pull and move the liquid white across the canvas. Now, the reason why I like using a black canvas, for the reason that when I apply my liquid white, then I could see where my liquid white is and where I need to put some more liquid white. That's why I use black canvas more often than white canvas. So just apply all your liquid white onto your canvas. How I said, you just need a thin amount of liquid white. You don't need too much liquid white for this. I recommend you buy an easel that's sturdy enough to hold your canvas for the pressure we'll be using for anything. And if you don't want to buy a easel, the best thing you could do is make it. Same thing I did right here, because let's face it, easels are expensive, but you could just make it your own. So I'm just gonna apply a thin layer of liquid white onto my canvas. Just like so. If you get a little hair on your canvas, you just push up, flick it off, and that's it. That's all you have to do to flick off a hair that might come out of your brush. So let's just finish applying our liquid white onto our canvas, just like that. It's a nice, beautiful day here. Nice, sunny. You can hear the birds chirping. It's beautiful. Perfect day for painting. We're almost done putting the liquid white on. You see, that's why I like black canvas, because from here I know where I'm missing my liquid white compared to using a white canvas. I can't really tell where I have liquid white and where not, and that's a bit more challenging. And if you don't have liquid white all over your canvas, then it's gonna make this painting a ton harder. So if you can, buy black canvas. Not another hack you could do is get a white canvas and simply paint it black with black acrylic paint or gesso. Either or will do fine, but make sure the paint is dry if you paint it, because then the liquid white will blend if it's not dry. You gotta make sure it's dry. Okay, almost done with this. Just like that. Okay. That. I just need a little bit more to fill in this little gap right here. And just like that, you already have our base of liquid white. Now you can see a little patches, but that's fine. You can fix it by going horizontal and vertical. Just move it so the liquid white be spread out evenly. Okay, let's start. We clean our brushes with paint. Now, if you're working in an enclosed area, use odorless paint. But if you're working in an outdoor area where it's well ventilated, just like me, where I'm working at, then you could use normal paint. But no, the devil out of it. Alright, let's get started. We're gonna go into a little bit of phthalo blue. Phthalo blue is a strong color, so you need to be careful. Tapping it will ensure uneven distribution on the brush. As you could see. Alright, let's go to the canvas. We're just gonna use crisscross strokes. Just like that. Just put a bright little sky. And since the paint color is consistently blending with the liquid white as it gets lower, it's gonna become lighter towards the horizon. So just a little paint. I'm gonna darken up this corner a bit. It's a nice little simple painting anyone can do. And hopefully you're following along. And if you do, send me some photos. I would love to see what you do. So just like that, we have the basic little sky. Okay. Okay, our number 3 fan brush. We're gonna pull it through the white. I think I want some clouds in this paint. Load it full of paint. See that? It's full of paint. Now, what you want to do is you want to start with circular motions. Just going around here and there. It's pretty faint, but you'll see it in a bit. Pull out some more paint. Just little circular motion. Okay. You can put as many or as little clouds as you want. You don't have, just because I put a cloud here doesn't mean you have to put a cloud right there. Okay. Maybe I want another cloud over here. Make it funky, make it interesting. Alright, let's clean our brush. Beat the devil out of it. Alright, let's get a 1 inch and just blend the bottom with the top of your 1 inch. You don't want to destroy it, you just want to mist it a bit. And you're gonna lift up in a circular motion. So lift up softly, softly, softly. And hypnotize it. And there we go. We already have some clouds. on our sky. Now, let's get our palette. Let's start off good. Let's get a little Van Dyke brown, a little midnight black, Van Dyke brown and midnight black. Just clean a knife with it. And all you're gonna do is just cut across. And you'll get that nice little roll of paint on the edge of your knife. Let's come up here. Where do I want my little hills? I think here it comes out. Give it a little bumps. If you have a little shaky hand, use it to your advantage. Scrape it. You can probably hear how hard I'm scraping the canvas. So just like that. Okay, just like that. Maybe I want to curve it a bit. I think I want another one on here. You want to scrape most of the paint off. Just scraping it off. You won't hurt the canvas, so. Okay. The 2-inch brush. You're just gonna grab it, and since you have the liquid white, paint will move. So just grab it, just like that. Give it the basic shape and angle. Just like that. So simple. Just touch, pull. You can do this with the 1-inch. It's quicker. Doing it with 2-inch, or whatever makes you feel comfortable, you use it. Okay, let's go back to the palette knife. I'm gonna get a little dark sienna, mix it up with a little white. Ooh, that's gorgeous. Clean our knife a bit. You see that? Just that little roll of paint on the edge of your knife. Now let's come up here. Where's our light source coming from? And no pressure. Just no pressure. Oof. Just like that, no pressure. Follow the angles though. The angles you created when you pulled it, follow those angles. If not, it's not gonna look too right. follow it right here. Okay, let's create some shadow color. I'm not sure if you could see it too well, but there's our little light source. Let's do shadow color. Let's get dark sienna, a little Van Dyke brown. Dark sienna and Van Dyke brown. Color roll. Just do it the other way. Just like that. Just like that. Something simple. No pressure. Follow the angles. Let's go. And if you want, you could come back with your dark sienna and, fix it a bit. While you're painting, you have total freedom. Take advantage of that. Okay, I think I like that. Let's do the same over here on this side. So, on this side, it's coming down this way. So on this side, it's gonna come down this way. So let's just get it. No pressure. No pressure. Okay, just like that. Let's get that shadow color and just apply a little shadow. No pressure, no pressure. Now, when we have little areas like this, we should use the small palette knife to fill it in. So, just like that. And how I said, you could go back into that dark sienna mixture to fix the light source. If you think it got messed up a bit, just fix it. So just like this. Oh my, like on my dark sienna. Just like that. No No pressure, no pressure. And just like that, we already have 2 hills and 2 sides. Now, let me adjust the camera right here, so hopefully you can see it a bit better. Now, I want to create an illusion that there's water coming out. So, let's grab our number 3 fan brush. We're going to pick up a little phthalo blue and mix it with the white. Phthalo blue and white, like so. We're gonna thin it out with some paint thinner. Want it pretty bright white, just a little flavor with that blue. And just think where your water is coming out, just go for it. Just like that. Okay, we'll come back to that. Let's make a black color. So let's go for midnight black, little lamp black. Let's go with a little sap green. Make sure to mix it well. Good way to mix it is you roll your palette knife and you flat it out. So that looks pretty dark. So let's start. Let's tap some of that dark paint. Start creating some angles for your grass. Again, if you don't like something, just do whatever makes you happy. Painting should make you happy. If it doesn't make you happy, you're doing it wrong. Maybe a little goes up. Okay, now same for the other side. We already have our base color for the grass. So let's get a 1-inch. You could clean your brush. I have several brushes, so I don't have to be cleaning them. But let's go into a little cadmium yellow. Just a little cadmium yellow. Tap it on the brush. Just tapping the brush. And let's come up here. Just a little bit. If it's having trouble sticking, what you could do, you could dip it in a little bit of liquid white or paint thinner, either or. I want to darken this up a bit. Just do it until it sticks completely. How I said in the beginning, a thin paint will stick to a thick paint. So you want to thin out your paint so it could stick on the thicker layer of paint. There we go. Look at that. Just like that, we already have some grass. change the value a bit of the grass. If not, it's gonna just look dull and straight. There's not gonna be that much interest. So maybe here and there I put a little bright red, just to kind of catch the eye of the viewer. Let's go into a little Indian yellow, which is like an orange color. Tap a little bit of paint onto there. And we're just gonna tap a little bit of that. Just tapping. Maybe I want an indication that there's light. So I'm just gonna get a little white, put into our yellow. Just a little indication. Just change up the values a bit. Don't leave it the same. Okay, let's do the same for the other side. Okay, let me make a pile of a grassy color to make it easier. Let me add a little green to it. Not too much though. Just tapping. Now, let's continue with that waterfall. So, just a little indication of some water splashing. And maybe it comes down over here. Just pick up more blue so you can tell. Now, get a 1-inch brush, go into that dark color, start forming a bit more. There we go, we already blocked in our dark color on this side. Now on the other side, just block a little color. Just like that. So remember, this is truly what's fun about this technique. Take off the excess, beat the devil out of it. If you're mad with someone, this will make it even with them. Just splashing them with paint thinner, the brush. Okay. So now, let's do a bravery test. Comes your bravery. Get a little Van Dyke brown mixed with that black color. After all that hard work, we're gonna put in a big old tree over here. Go across. Just like that. Okay. So now let's go and let's put that grass color. So just go into that grassy color I mixed up earlier. Let's change it up. Let's add a little Indian yellow. Just a little Indian yellow. And let's go up here. Oof. I'm gonna add a touch of paint thinner to make it easier to stick. Just like that. If you have a little paint on your brush, you could just beat the devil out of it. Now remove the excess paint from your brush. Now let's put in the grass here. Cover up a little bit of those roots from the tree. Just changing the values of the grass a bit, just to make it interesting. Just a little cadmium yellow. There we go, we already have one side pretty much done. Let's add a little bit more Indian yellow to some spots, just to kind of contrast. I just want a little contrast with the yellow. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, now let's get our palette knife. Dark sienna and white, maybe a little bit of Van Dyke brown just to dull it down, just a tiny bit. Cut across. Just go at it. Just touch, pull, touch, pull. Just like that. You're just pulling your knife to the side. Just like that. Something simple. Okay. Let's make it darker for the shadow. So just Van Dyke brown mostly now. Get that nice little roll of paint at the edge of the knife and just get your dark color in. Okay, there's your basic little tree. Let me just pull out some of that roots. Okay. Just make little indication of limbs. So just get paint and run to the paint, the very dark brown, Van Dyke brown with black. And thin it down until it's like ink. Almost there. and just here and there, little twigs. Just here and there. And when the paint dries, the tree's gonna have texture. So that's gonna be interesting. These paintings are wonderful for gifts to your family members, or just to brag about it a bit. So just like that. It's a good spot where a little bird will hatch its little babies in there. Babies would be kind of in the top, maybe. I don't know. Just little sticks, twigs. Okay. Just those little. There's dead trees in nature, so maybe today this tree died, Not all trees have leaves and all that. Don't leave them out. They'll pop out your paint. Don't leave them out. They're probably one of the easiest trees to make. Okay. I'm about done with that tree. Just like that. I'm trying to go at a good speed. So if you're painting along, it's not too fast. Okay, we already have our tree. We have our grass. We're working on our waterfall. So let's go back to our waterfall. Maybe there's a little splash out here. Then out with liquid white. All mediums, liquid white, liquid clear, and liquid black, will thin out your paint. So if you hear me say I'm gonna use a little liquid white on my paint, it's to thin out my paint. Okay, we're just about to reach the 45-minute mark. Just little watery. Just imagine the water coming, Okay, let's put our grass over here. Okay. Sometimes the color will blend in, but don't worry, you just gotta put another layer. I just want little Indian yellow here and there, just to pop it out. Okay, devil. Go back to our cadmium yellow. And spin it out with some liquid white. The difference between liquid white and paint thinner. Paint thinner will thin your paint and keep it the same value compared to liquid white, where it'll make your paint a bit brighter. So it's up to you which one you want to use. They both are good. Or liquid clear. Liquid clear will just thin out your paint. So whichever one sounds like it's good for you, you use that one. Okay. Clean that brush. Okay. Let's get our filbert brush. We're gonna make little stones. A little Van Dyke brown. And maybe there's a stone right here. Right here. And you wanna find out a cool trick. Get some white. Some dark sienna on one side. White and dark sienna. Make a beautiful brown. Load it up on one side, and on the other side load up dark color. So just like this, dark color, light color. It's kind of polluted. Okay, light color, dark color. Go up here. Now add your shadow and light at the same time. Okay, maybe here's one. Clean your brush. Get the small palette knife. And sort of just little indication of dirt. Just little indication of a dirt path going from the grass. So the water covers up that one. Just go around, just like that. Now it probably doesn't look the best at the beginning, but fix that. Get a little yellow, go back on your green, just hide it out. I don't even know if that's the word. Blend it out. Just like that. It's a great practice painting, and it's also great for beginners. So if you've never painted before, this is the painting just for you. Okay, let's use our filbert now. Let's get our dark sienna and white mixture. I could have done it with the filbert. I just kind of forgot about it. It's okay. We all do mistakes. Okay. Let's fix that splash right up in there. And let's get some of that Van Dyke brown. That Van Dyke brown in there. Little Van Dyke brown here and there. That dark sienna and white. You could add more white. It's up to you. Okay. think I'm gonna add a couple birds onto here. A little more paint thinner. Right here. Okay. So, still a little person just enjoying nature. Maybe he's right in the corner. Yeah, he's right in the corner. Get that. That little arm. I usually don't put humans in my paintings, but I'll do it for this one. Leg up and down. This little foot there. Let's put it at be all sunny. There's our little human. Okay. Well, this one was an interesting one. Let's just have a little bit of Indian yellow, just to kind of make this pop out a bit. Just like that. And I think we could call this painting finished. So, let's sign it. We'll use a script liner. Now, use the paint you want to use. Any color you like. I personally use bright red. Just thin it out like as thin as you could possibly get it. Just sign it in the corner. Okay. I think we can call this one finished. It was nice painting along. And if you painted along with me, send me a photo. I would love to see what you create. And if you want to see this photo and better, check out my Instagram. It's rxta603, and you'll see other paintings there, and you'll see this painting. Till my next video. Goodbye.